Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Alibi Pod. This is episode 38, and for the first time ever, we have a guest.
I'm so excited.
We've got our dad. Dad is on the podcast. The OG. This was the what it was like before. You know, and it used to be the three of us chatting. Now it's usually the two of us chatting.
Keep talking.
Keeping talking, but
I do feel like watching and listening to the pod that many of my positions and opinions are often expressed herein already.
reflected. The
views and opinions do, in fact, reflect the opinions of the papa.
Of the dad.
Oh boy.
Of the Zach.
Oftentimes.
So, yeah,
We can't
this is our
endorse
dad.
everything.
Zach can't endorse everything, can't endorse some things. But we were talking about the bevs. We got one of those, like, espresso pots that you
Okay.
put on the stove. And we've been making coffee. Usually Dad makes the coffee, and then I just drink the coffee. I've made it once by myself.
Did you buy espresso beans?
They are. It's pre-ground, but it was part of the gift package that arrived on
it
my
came with it.
doorstep.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
On the front door.
Well, it didn't come with it, but the person who got me this gift put together a little.
Oh, they also
Care
got
pack.
you the
Yes.
espresso beans.
They also got us
All
a
right.
frother for the
Little
milk.
froth.
Oh, the frother for the
That's
milk.
right.
That's
they
tight.
were
All
going
right.
for the full experience.
They got us the
Alright.
latte thing.
A bean grinder, too.
So
For
we could
next
do
time
later.
when
Yes,
you run
that's right.
out.
That's
Okay,
right.
all right.
Yes, it was a very thoughtful gift.
The way I've been doing it though is the same way I did it while I was in Europe, and this is like kind of I think they do coffee almost better than we do. You know,
I believe it.
Because we've got our coffee shops with a million different latte flavors and stuff, but I didn't go to like a coffee shop there, but like every restaurant and bakery has coffee, and it's basically a shot of espresso, and then if you want cafe con leche or whatever, it's just espresso and milk. And it's
Pretty much
good.
what I do.
Yes, you know, the fact that I can just go anywhere and get my little coffee, which is so much better than just getting an American coffee with like cream and 2 sugars, you know.
I did oat milk for everyone here today as well.
Oh, that
Dairy
is
is the enemy.
for you.
I agree.
Yeah,
For the two of them over to my left, the folks to my left cannot take.
You
dairy.
probably got that from me.
Probably.
I didn't have the skin
Thanks a lot,
problems,
Pop.
You know what else he got from you was the sunburn.
Oh
yeah, the elephant in the
fair
room
Skin,
are-
fair skin.
Elephant in
Yeah.
the room. Again, the two people to my left are bright red,
I don't
pink
think
in
we'll
the
even
face.
see it on the video.
Depends how much saturation we put
Yeah.
in post.
They don't tan, they burn. They burn hard.
Burn. Sometimes I peel, and then
My
I
normal
get, and then
pasty
I
white
get the glory
complexion.
shine back.
The pasty white complexion.
That's right. I tan up pretty decently.
Got
But
that
it
from
doesn't
your
stay.
mama.
It does not last over the winter. I'll have to reapply come summer. It's just always how it is.
The
But-
solution is normally distraction. I remember at summer camp in high school, I was super burned, and so I just wore huge aviators all day and all night.
Oh, I do remember that.
The solution to other people seeing it.
Yeah.
Not the pain. Beauty is pain. You don't care. Okay.
I don't care how it feels.
I do remember that you used to have that aviator burn line all the way around.
the behind the glasses is white.
I-
I think the solution for adulthood, the burned arms, might just be to cover them in tattoos.
Oh, SPF 50.
There you go. There was
I think sunburns are really bad for tattoos. They'll fade them out.
It'll
You
hurt
should
extra bad,
take
too.
care of your
should buy some
tattoos.
SPF or whatever. I don't know. I have an SPF spray that I use on my face for my skincare or whatever, because I basically work with an esthetician. But I always forget. So like a lot of times, see, this is the process. You know, you gotta decide if you can shower in the morning or in the evening, right? And if you're gonna be outside and get all gross, you might decide to shower in the evening after you've been outside.
Because you don't want your bed to be gross.
Exactly. So then I'm like, oh, I'll shower after I go outside. And then because I didn't shower, I forget in the morning to put on my SPF. You know, because it's not next to my deodorant. It's next to like my
no.
shower stuff. So I need to make that switch there so that every morning I put on my SPF.
And sadly, you'll just get tanned.
Oh
Like, oh.
no. Yeah, anyway. It's fine.
All right, Pops, tell us, what year
What?
did you graduate high school?
I don't know, 2002?
2002. Okay, so
I do know that because of another thing that happened that year, but
Something else happened. but
Something
that's for
possibly more
That's for us to
important.
know and the viewer to find out. What happened in 2002? It's a great mystery.
I married your mama.
It's no longer a mystery.
Yeah,
He
now
wanted to
everybody
tell you.
knows.
Okay.
That-
Apparently, it's for everyone
how
to
long
know.
it took for the viewer to find out. So basically, living in 2025 has got to feel like you're in high school again.
Why?
Nah, I don't think he feels like he's in high school.
I don't understand at all why that you would say that.
Look around the world, and I'm just speaking of my history knowledge because I sure wasn't alive in 2002. But the style trends of 2002, clothing-wise, are
The
back.
New Balances, the dad shoe is back. It's
The
back
baggy
heavy.
jeans are back. There's
baggy
war
jeans.
in the Middle East.
There's war in the Middle
The
East.
Vans Warped Tour is the musical highlight
9/11 Part
of the
2
week.
coming up.
That's not a joke. That's not a joke.
Just
That's
'cause
one
you
of the
lived
things
it.
he can't.
The
go
All
aside.
American Rejects are
All-American
blowing up.
Rejects.
So music, I have some vague familiarity of what was going on when I graduated in 2002, but fashion I have never had any concept of.
It's true. Your haircut is better now.
Surely you
Outside
saw
my-
other people
yeah,
in
but
your high
I-
school
I-
class.
I know, but you're acting like that means anything. Like I see people every day, and I still have no idea what's going on. Honestly,
Don't really see people, dude. You see
yeah, you
us.
don't see people.
Oh, that's true.
You
'Cause
see
I don't
your
leave the house.
children every day.
Okay.
Is
Yeah.
who you see.
No, we
And my
are a
lovely
pretty,
wife.
we
You
are
see
a
your
pretty good
offspring.
representation of the state of
I don't
fashion.
know.
if
None
you
of
do
us
say
have
so.
the fringe haircut. Nobody has the TikTok
fair.
boy fluffy hair. That wasn't a thing when you were in high school. Fluffy hair. No.
It's true, but
I have
the
no idea.
shaggy hair is coming back.
Shag. I mean, I'm a little shaggy. Am I not a little shaggy? I tend to be. It's all right.
I agree.
Yeah. Agreed.
Looking a little shaggy, my guy.
Pause for a sip.
I know.
I know. I should have done it.
Yeah.
We didn't have a clink.
Yeah.
Oh,
cheers.
sorry. Yeah, we got
For getting to be a guest.
Yeah.
to the first. Yeah,
The
What an
first
honor.
I'll
guest.
drink to that. The first guest. I think the correct first
coffee,
guest
though.
too.
No.
The only appropriate first
I think yeah,
guest.
because if you think about it, the origin of the Alibi Pod, we yapping, talking about the things we talk about. Back in the day, the conversations this replicates would have been the three of us talking about. It used to be like at dinner or whatever, like, so did you hear about this? Or
So did you
cleaning
hear
up the kitchen,
Although I
talking
will
about
say-
life's great questions.
We keep this pod fairly apolitical
For the most part.
because it's more fun that way. Okay, so I want to offer you the opportunity to recant your position
Yeah. Take it back now.
on the new
This is your shot
Captain
to take it back.
America.
I
Falcon movie.
enjoyed it. I liked the film.
But was it a good movie?
Okay. So, yes, I think it was a good movie. I think it was objectively a good movie. I don't think it was a great movie.
It was pretty
Okay? So, consider the MCU, right? The MCU, arguably, highest grossing film trilogy or whatever. Not
Franchise.
just trilogy, franchise. Of all time, maybe. I don't know.
Up there. I mean, competing for sure.
Certainly in the top 10, has multiple of the top grossing movies in it of all time.
For
I
sure.
would put Brave New World in the middle of the pack in terms of quality of a film. I think that it's on par with almost any of the origin stories. Shang-Chi is way up there, but
It's not better than Iron Man or Captain America.
I think that it is.
Ant-Man,
I think
Spider-Man.
it is absolutely on par with Iron Man 1
No.
and the first Avenger.
No.
The
Absolutely.
first
Oh my
Avenger
goodness.
is like the first
No.
Avenger is almost the perfect origin story.
I don't like the first Avenger.
It's so
I'm gonna
good.
double
Is that-
down.
is
I'm
that
gonna
a
take
hotter
That's
second-
a wild.
I'm gonna
That's
take
a
second
wild
hot
take.
Take a second
Unbelievable.
hot take. So here's the
You're gonna
thing.
say that Sam's origin story Captain America movie is better than
on par.
Steve's.
on par with Steve.
I think it's on par. And I really like the juxtaposition of those two origin stories. I love the idea that Captain America Steve was a man out of time, but who represented the ideals of his time. And so he's the Brooklyn kid with the heart of gold, thrust into a terrible situation, trying to deal with war in his time, and then on top of the war situation, pushed into a time period that he doesn't really understand, a culture that he doesn't really relate to, and trying to hang on to the heart of gold, although he's also dealing with all this, the PTSD and everything, the trauma that the entire world is going through.
Which does not
We're
happen
with you so
in
far.
Captain America.
100%, yes.
Where Brave New World takes the opposite position, and it takes a guy who is a reflection of his time, and instead of like the heart of gold, he was always a hero, but the serum just brought it out of him. It takes a guy who's a little bit battle hardened from the moment that we meet him, and then asks him, can you be a hero? So he's going through this thing where, Steve represented his generation, and he comes in and he's like, oh, I understood that reference, and it's supposed to be funny because he doesn't know anything about style or music or whatever. What's his name? Anthony Mackie's character.
Yeah. Sam Wilson.
Sam represents the 2025 ideal. I mean, he's this guy who likes cool stuff, and Brave New World takes specific moments to show you how stylish and fancy the place that he lives, the car that he drives, the suit that he has, everything is cool. He is who we are instead of being this reflection of another time to show us who we are. It's a reflection of yourself to show you who you are. And I think that it does a good job showing that. And the fight that he's fighting is the opposite of Steve's as well, where Steve was trying to hold on to his heroism. Sam's trying to find his. He's trying to see, can I really wear this mantle? Can I really be this thing? Can I become a hero like Steve was? And so in that way, I also like the fact, I'm here for it, that they're using, a black character in contrast with the blonde-haired, blue-eyed kid from Brooklyn. I like the whole contrast and how they both represent us and how we try and find our, heroic center, our morality.
Have you guys ever seen that, how can you poorly describe a movie in the least accurate way? And it's single dad tries to find kidnapped son, and then it's like Finding
With the
Nemo,
disability?
something like that, That's basically how you're describing it right now. Yes, all of that is accurate, but nobody takes that away from that movie.
Yeah, that's what I enjoyed about it.
You're not wrong, but also that's not the point.
I thought the fighting choreography was
I can't get
good.
the green screen lines around every character out of my head when I think about that movie.
Okay.
That was.
All right, well, you're a nerd.
It was so bad, though.
If all those spells resort to name call.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. It's like putting someone in check.
I think that the graphics were fairly mid for that film. Especially, they gave us a decent Hulk. And
previously.
And
yeah.
I'll also say that I enjoyed this as a Hulk film. I was not here at all for Professor Hulk, and I was happy to see Red Hulk just raging around destroying things.
And just some violence.
That's fair. We did need a little bit of
punch,
Hulk
punch,
action.
kick. So I want my comic book movies to be comic book movies, They can explore other ideas. I like the little philosophical take. I like to think about stuff, but I also think that sometimes when comic book movies try too hard, they just become horror films. So it's when you introduce supernatural elements, it's not that different from any other horror film. What was Jared Leto as a vampire? Morbius. That's basically what you're doing. It's I'm a horror film that's not quite gory enough to get the horror fans. So who cares? Who's the audience?
No one, clearly.
That was the same thing that happened over the course of time with other films. Now, a lot of people love the Batman films, right? But the trouble is there's only so much of a market for that detective noir genre, right?
Sure.
But okay, that's your genre, that's cool. What I like about Marvel films is that they're comic book films. I like my superheroes to be a little super but not too much. I like my villains to be villainous but not too much. I like my violence to be violent but not too much. I want a little punch, kick. Everybody feels good, and we can think a little bit deeper if we want to. And it totally did that.
That's super valid. but again, the movie's just not good.
The attempt was there. I feel like the execution did not quite land. There's just a lot of things that kind of break the rhythm of it too often. But I see where you're coming from. I've had this conversation with my brother-in-law a couple of times recently. He's very, very excited for the new Superman movie that's coming out, and James Gunn's take on the DC universe.
Okay.
And that's what he's envisioning, and what James Gunn is promising is kind of just that. This is a comic book movie that's going to feel like a comic book. Like, it even almost looks like a comic book. Like, the colors in the trailers are larger than life, like more vibrant than you could even expect.
I'll be honest, I'll take it over the DCU.
Yeah,
they've had a
rough
super
run.
dark. You couldn't even see it, and then
That's Snyder, man.
the fight scenes were just like explosions of color in an otherwise black film. Okay,
Yeah, it's a little weird.
I could watch that on a screensaver.
There's a Snyder cult,
That's
though. There is a
actually
Snyder
kind
cult.
of. It's kind of real. Zack Snyder was watching those laser screensavers and was like, "This,
This is what a fight scene looks like.
this is what it should be." Okay, before we get to the next item on the list, I just had an idea just now.
Okay.
We've done a lot of rankings and drafts.
Oh goodness.
What if we had Dad speed run some of those? We go through
Some of
some
our
of our drafts and rankings and have him pick like a top 2 or a top 3 of the various things we've drafted or ranked in the past,
Okay.
just to get his take on it.
Okay. Go ahead.
I was
Okay,
unprepared.
you are unprepared. I know.
That's the point,
All right.
though.
Often
go.
that's how it is. Let's start with snack foods. We're drafting snacks. You've got to draft 3 perfect snacks for your road trip. What's your top 3 snacks you're drafting here?
Road trip snacks.
Road trip
Just
snacks.
or general snacks.
Can
Any
I have
snacks.
a bev?
Yes.
I have to
Yeah,
have
Bev
a
is included.
Bev included. So
In fact,
like a
we counted like
Frappuccino,
a
yes.
big Q as its own
That
category.
counts.
Okay, but
Right.
I'm taking the Red Bull.
Okay,
the Red Bull. All right.
All right.
Red Bull to start with.
Gives you wings. I like TGI Fridays potato skins, the bacon and cheddar ones.
What?
I think those are a really nice road trip snack.
I'm sorry. Do they sell those at Quick Trip? Do I just miss them every time?
Just also, gonna say like
20
I've
years
never
we've
seen
never
you.
seen you eat it.
Are you looking?
Are you making stuff up?
Dude, I would have given you like gummy bears. Like
Gummy bears might be number 3. I enjoy a gummy bear from time to time.
potato skins.
That's right.
I was unfamiliar.
Dude.
I'm here for the hot take. Sorry, what's next?
What's so that's
picked
your
the
Red Bull, potato skins, and gummy bears. Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sorry to everyone who looks to me for nutritionist advice.
Wow, we're just
That was
shocked because
terrible.
we've never seen you eat those potato skins, dude. You just, every time you go on a road trip with Mom, you're like, finally! It's just us, I can eat my potato skins.
Don't got those dang
Judgment free.
I will say, okay.
Best kept
So
secret.
I-
Waited 20 years to reveal it on the podcast.
Okay, I will tell you a secret. When we go to the gas station, I will get the Bev. I will not get a snack when there are 7 people in the vehicle, because if I get a snack, now I have to buy 7 snacks.
Fair.
And they're like $4 each.
Yeah,
It's true.
It's true.
So
That's
I'm like,
respectable.
whatever. I don't want a potato skin that bad.
They have them at Quick Trip?
I don't know. They have them at lots of gas stations.
Huh.
All right, next one.
All right, next one, dessert drafting. We're drafting desserts. You get a top 3.
We're talking about, and we're not too specific. You could say like chocolate cake. You don't have to be too specific.
Absolutely,
Also-
yeah.
Yeah, my big problem is like the transition in life that I'm in is like dairy is the enemy. So historically, my favorite dessert was a milkshake.
Yeah.
And at this moment, milkshakes are very hard.
Yeah.
Just on my heartburn. I don't know. So
Wow, this is getting really emotional.
The sad music comes in.
The violin. Yeah, like it's just very hard.
So
Milkshakes.
I've never been a huge fan of cake, but I like a Boston cream pie. And,
Again, dairy, my
Boston
guy.
I
cream
know
cake.
that's what. Yeah, everything has dairy though, right? Chocolate has some dairy
Yeah.
in
I mean,
it.
yeah,
right?
everything has dairy.
I really like a Nutty Bar.
Nutty Buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly dairy free, I think.
Nutty Buddy up
Peanut butter
there.
is at least all right. Yeah. So I don't know. Those are my things.
That's your 3.
I don't really go to the
Milkshake,
restaurant.
Boston cream cake, and Nutty Buddy.
I guess so. I don't know.
Really? Mine was like tiramisu.
Tiramisu is definitely up
Tiramisu
there
is
for
creme
good.
brulee,
almost
and
everyone in this
mochi.
conversation.
Yeah. Your mom is not gonna like it, but I don't really care for the creme brulee that much.
Mama
Me
loves
neither.
it.
I like
it
the
too.
cream inside. I don't really like the burnt sugar.
Yeah, I mean
Everything
yeah.
about it is overwhelming.
But that makes for a good. Now, what I do like, I like it when they give you the little raspberries and stuff with the
Yeah,
creme
yeah,
brulee,
yeah.
and you can put that with a little bit of the
it helps balance
cream
it.
or
It
whatever.
goes all together really
That's
well.
very nice. Linda's fudge cake from Cheesecake Factory is pretty amazing.
That's-
when it
Yes,
comes
It's
to
no,
quite
I love
intense.
that.
and they
I'm
have
with
and
you
they have
there.
the real whipped cream.
See
that you
again,
probably couldn't
I'm a
eat.
big fan of the like alternative desserts because they tend to be a little bit more balanced. You know, they're not just so extreme. Like I think ice cream is overrated. You know, and a lot of
Yeah, I don't
desserts
know if that's
just
the reason.
are
You
not.
love extreme things. Like
I
you
mean,
would
yes.
you would take a dessert and like you would take a donut and cover it in chocolate syrup. Like you would
I don't know.
might have been a bad example, but
I feel like
you
see,
would
I enjoy the balance of like a tiramisu. It's got a little bit of that bitter and that sweet, and it's not like absurd. It just works together quite nicely.
Okay.
Also,
This
it's a
may be
texture
growth
thing.
from his high school opinions on the same.
This could be.
topic.
This could be.
Me.
Yeah.
Him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
What else have we drafted so far?
Breakfast cereals, but I think we know the answer.
We know you're number one. I think
Possibly
we could guess.
your number 2 and number 3
I'm
are
gonna
the
say
same.
Captain Crunch is number one. Number
That's
two,
right.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, sir.
Number
No.
2 is the Cocoa Crisp
that's right.
Rice. Number 3 is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Sure. Yep.
Or
All
are we
right.
going putting grape nuts in there somewhere? Like-
No. So again, dairy. That's
Yeah.
Milk's a problem.
With some
yeah.
oat milk,
That
okay.
might be the new thing.
Oat
That might
milk,
be the
almond
new
milk,
thing.
yeah.
It's worked for Gabe.
But like, yeah, so I stopped eating cereal a long time ago. I do enjoy a grape nuts as a breakfast. But if I have cereal at this point, that's like a dessert. It's like I'm gonna have some
It really is.
Captain Crunch or Cocoa Krispies or whatever. I mean, it's basically a dessert dish. It's a ton of sugar and carbohydrates otherwise in a bowl.
Did we draft cuisine, like a local cuisine?
We have drafted food nationalities.
So like, yeah, which you gotta pick a top 3. Like, if you're gonna get the food from this country.
the problem is you can also
It's
just
not the
pick
food
a
from that
number
country.
1 and it's Asian food. Like
You get an entire continent. I will pick Asia, followed by South America.
North America.
for my number 1, I will take New York City, where they have
The
everything.
food of one city.
New York City, Florence, and Tokyo.
Ooh, that's hard to compete
That's
with.
gnarly right there.
Yeah.
Because New York has great tacos too, and that's like the only thing that you left out. But you can get them in New York.
You can get everything in New York.
Yeah,
Greatest city in the world.
I think so. All right, so for our last 7 to 8 minutes, I have a segment for us.
Let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
do overrated, underrated with worship songs,
Oh, wow.
which is a
Okay.
topic I know resonates with.
This depends on what your list is, because I feel like we could be having heavy on the overrated. You know.
Easily, yes, because we're gonna start with some modern,
Yep.
and then go back in time, and then we're gonna hit with some like really trending right now.
I
Okay,
have a
so
hard
the
time
first
saying
one-
overrated about anything because I don't want to insult. Like, who am I to say this?
They're not gonna see it.
All right.
Starting off really easy. There's a clear, correct answer.
That one sucks.
Yes, good father.
Way overrated.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which interestingly
Sorry, Chris.
happens to be the number 1 trending song on CCLI right now because
Because it
yesterday
was
was
Father's Day.
Father's Day,
Happy
yep.
Father's Day.
Happy
Speaking
Father's
of
Day.
which.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right, now here's one that might take some thought. Oceans.
Overrated.
Overrated?
I'm
You
agree. I'm agree with that.
Is this
Overrated.
because are we saying this is an objectively good song, but it was a little too
It's an
popular?
all right
or-
song. I'm gonna call it an all right song.
I think it's a pretty good song. I'm in the context of a worship set though. You said, these are worship songs.
Yeah.
I've done it. I've done it live and had it land really well, but you got to hit them as a surprise. Like you
yeah.
got to throw it as a curveball.
Start with the
can't
bridge.
It can't just be like, oh, we were doing that song like normal. And it didn't really work that great when it was fresh off the press either.
All right, another song with some mileage. 10,000 Reasons.
I think that's pretty well rated, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that song.
I would say it does not translate super well to like a banger in your worship set now, but boy, did it earn its mileage.
Yeah, you could do that one. You could, like, that one was a banger when it came out. It was a banger for years after that. It has earned its spot where it's at.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll respect it. It's not one of my favorite songs, but I'll respect it for
It's hard to put in a set, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't use it now, but I think it deserved to be used when it was.
Maybe the KB version.
You could almost place it similarly to how you would place a hymn.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
How great is our God?
So I don't know if it's over or underrated. I think that's a great song. That's probably by far and away my favorite Chris Tomlin song.
Oh yeah.
And I think that, you know, one of my mentors, one of our overseers at the church, once told me the thing is that everywhere in the world where they worship Jesus, they sing "How Great Is Our God." Like every language in the world basically sings "How Great Is Our God" if they have a Christian presence where they sing songs and whatever. So I love, like, whatever else you can say about it, it unites Christians across time and space. A whole generation now of people singing the goodness of God in their own languages and like musical styles and everything else. And that's pretty cool.
I'll put it at well rated.
Yeah, I'll give it to that for that reason. Like, that's a really good case for it. All right, we're starting to shift back in time more and more. Blessed be your name.
Underrated. Come on now.
Underrated?
What a banger.
Oh,
It's probably just because you didn't live through the time.
No, wait, who does that song?
that's Matt Redman.
I liked it. I don't know.
It's an okay song. It was pretty good when
I'd say
back
underrated
when we
in
had it in the
2025.
sets as their normal thing. I think it's a little overrated.
In a worship set, it would be not overrated for sure. Yeah, that's.
I also think that we could probably sell most things.
Yeah.
Like
With our team?
yeah,
We can pull it off.
We do. a
like
pretty
I
good
could
job.
think about a song and be like, we can make it work.
We could, yeah.
Jordan,
What else you got? We're
who is
running.
one of our musicians at
Yeah.
church. He plays a number of instruments. He's well versed in this era of worship music because he was playing in youth groups and churches all through the 90s and 2000s.
Yeah.
Probably late 90s. He's not that old. But anyway, when we talk about the older songs that Jonathan and I are like, man, that's a banger, and we like never played it. We're like, that's so cool. He's like, man, I've played that song so many times.
Yeah.
Like, so it's such a different experience to have with those songs. So like something like that one, he'd probably be like, dude.
It's interesting though, like I don't know what this says about musical genres and like the worship wars and modern music and all that, but I would say that probably a lot of people who are musicians like that, who live through different eras, don't necessarily have the same feeling about the music that they were playing then as people who have that sort of nostalgia about hymns. Like people are just deathly attached to hymns, and where like some of us grew up playing the music as it was coming out, like a lot of it were like, yeah, it's all right.
Whatever happened. Yeah.
But there's a lot of nostalgia too. Like if you're gonna throw in some United,
we got
or
time for
something.
like.
Yeah, we got some United coming. I'm going to move a little bit
All right.
faster now. Okay, Days of Elijah.
Overrated.
Oh, man, underrated.
Nope.
Split Room, but we're not going to argue it right now. The Stand.
Underrated.
It's fine.
It's a good song. It hits at our church for
Yeah,
sure.
it's well rated.
Shout to the Lord.
Well rated.
What did you say?
I say well.
You say over? It's a pretty old song.
I
It's
got to
had
give it
years.
props. I would tell a story again, but go ahead.
Open the eyes of my heart.
Oh,
Overrated.
Oh yeah, all right, I agree with that. Trading my sorrows.
I don't know how
that
it's
one.
rated. I don't know how people feel about it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not super
I don't know that
familiar.
people really do it anymore.
Ah,
It's super old.
Nobody-
It was
nobody-
really popular.
Nobody does it. It was really popular, and you could hit with it. That one would be a hard one to do today.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Another musician at our church.
We don't got
Keldon,
time for a
Who's very
story.
young. He's very attached to that song recently because he just discovered it.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know that it had this like history.
It had a run.
Yeah. All right. Now we are to trending songs right now.
Okay.
Overrated, underrated. Praise.
Praise. Well rated.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Solid song. No One Like the Lord.
Underrated.
What's that?
We crown you king.
Oh man, that's an amazing song.
Underrated.
There's
Nobody
no
does
way
it.
to overrate that song.
Yeah, nobody does
Yeah,
it.
that one's underplayed.
Well,
everybody
everybody's
should
starting
learn
to
that
do
song
it.
right
All right,
now.
yeah, let's do
It's
it.
starting to get pretty
Everybody-
popular.
We're calling it right now. You go learn there's no one like the Lord. You're going to be asked to play
Good
it
job.
soon.
Good
All right,
job.
let's
Play
go.
it.
Gratitude.
Well rated. Well, overrated.
It's
It's a good song, but it's starting to get really.
It's
overdone.
well rated.
I don't know. I didn't ever
Solidly
think it was
rated,
that
though.
great.
I mean,
but
everybody. All right, I thank God.
overrated. Way overrated.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
have it
agree.
overrated.
Overrated. You didn't vote on a lot of these.
No, because I'm
You're the
facilitating.
mediator?
Yeah, I'm.
You ask like reckless love or something?
No, I didn't want to stir the pot like that.
Okay.
Oh, we stay away from the hard topics, John. Reckless.
I mean, I did Oceans,
Let's
which
get
is
into
kind
politics.
of on par with
What?
Reckless
No.
Love.
Well,
Next
all
time.
right. Well, we're kind of out of
Yeah,
out
this
of
is time.
We're
Yep.
definitely out of time. But good pod with the first guest.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us,
Thank you
guys.
for
having me.
coming.
What
This
an
has been
honor.
episode 38.
Another little sip.
Yep. Take the
final
last
sip. All right.
Goodbye, folks.